Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video for beginners series of diamond painting or diamond painting 101 or whatever you want to call it. So today we are talking about the checkerboard technique. You've probably, if you ever googled how to make your square diamond paintings more even or even heard people say it, they say they use the checkerboard. I personally do not use the checkerboard technique, but that is just because I find it tedious. But everyone is different in how they diamond paint and what works for them. So try it out, especially if you're new to diamond painting, and especially with square drills, because this is going to help you line everything up. And some people actually find it rather cathartic to use the checkerboard. So what are you going to need to do the checkerboard technique? Well, it's quite simple. You will need a diamond painting canvas that is for square drills. These are like this little rainbow mini set from Diamond Art Club. I have an obsession with minis. You will need a single placer. I am using a cat's ear tip. You can use the tip that comes with your diamond painting kits. You can use anything really, as long as it's a single placer. I am also using my sticky wax, but you can use the pink wax or another brand of sticky wax. By no means does the sticky wax matter, because it just doesn't matter. And then you will need your drills. So what we're going to do first is talk about what you would be doing a checkerboard. So you've seen a checkerboard as alternating colors. You would just basically be doing the same thing, alternating your colors where you have enough, and this little guy is hard to say, do this with, but I'll actually probably break out my number 8 here. But basically where you have colors, multiple colors together, you're going to do a checkerboard technique, and then that'll help you fill it in. Some even find this helps speed them up. So you're going to need your square drills that correspond with whatever number or symbol you're working on. So I have mine here. And now I'm going to put you at an angle so you can actually see. Okay, so we are going to start right here. I placed one down, but now I need to do my checkerboard. So instead of going right under it, I'm going to go off to the side. And then same thing, I'm going to go there. Now, keeping it going, I would go underneath. Okay. And then for the checkerboard over here, well, ran out of 8s, but I would put that one there. And you see over here, I would need one right there. So I'm going to put that there. And then we need another one up here. I can even put one there just to complete the checkerboard pattern on this section we're working on. And there you have it. They're a little crooked, of course. But the point is, as you fill these back in later, that's what evens everything out. So normally you would go through the whole thing. I've actually seen people do the entire first section, not just this one color, but the entire section in checkerboard, and then they go back and fill it in. But for the sake of your sanity and my time, and vice versa, we're just going to fill it in. So now push that one in there, that one in between the two. And again, the checkerboard technique kind of helps you line everything up, makes things straighter. And I'm not going to lie, it actually does make things straighter. I'm just too impatient. But if you want to get the most, see, look how nice and straight those are. If you want to get the most, you would want to do the larger section. So if you have a bunch here, checkerboard, but on like a little canvas like this, I would almost go through, if you want to do the checkerboard technique, start at the top and do that all the way through and then go back in and fill them in. Would that be tedious? Yes, but then you would have very well aligned drills, because the reason being is you can see the ones where my checkerboard lined up perfectly even, but where there's nothing down here, they're a little skewed. They'll be back to normal just fine and dandy after, but that's the point. That is the checkerboard. Let me see, I can do a little bit more over here just so I can kind of show you. So we'll start up here, and again, this one we're not going to fill in though, because I want to leave it blank open so that you can see what I mean. And then you can also see how this works when you're kind of moving your way down on a canvas that doesn't have the traditional. So there you go, checkerboard, see? And then I would go back and fill that in. Say I wanted to do the checkerboard up here. I could do that one there, that one there, this one here. If I was doing all the 8s, that is, I would pick maybe this one up here. Don't worry about the first one being crooked, because again, as you place everything after, because what you're doing is you're lining up these corners, so corner and corner. So I'm just kind of checkerboarding all of my 8s in here. So I want to do this one, do that little guy. Granted, where you have just like single places, it's not as impressive or entertaining to watch, but you get the gist. So see, now I would go back through and fill those in. However, for this round, I just want to show you guys. So single placer, checkerboard. Again, if you want the full effect on a canvas that's small like this and has, I wouldn't call it confetti because it's honestly color blocked, but for the sake of how little spots you have, you would want to do at least the surrounding areas and then go back in and fill them in. I, however, am a gal that will just take her multi-placer and go at it and straighten using the straightener tool, which we will do in a different video. So if you like this one, let me know below. Pop into the comments more videos you would like to see. And until next time, guys, take care. Bye now.